Ramadi, Iraq, 2006. One of the most dangerous cities in one of the most dangerous war zones on Earth. A team of Navy SEALs is moving through the dark, clearing buildings, house by house. Somewhere close, an Iraqi soldier fighting alongside them starts shooting, then more gunfire, then chaos. Someone's hit. Radios are screaming. Nobody knows where the enemy is or if there even is one. And then it stops. And the commander realizes the horrifying truth. There was no enemy. It was his own men shooting at each other in the dark, in the confusion. One of his own soldiers is dead, killed by friendly fire. That commander was Jocko Willink. Now, here's what makes this story different from every other war story you've heard. When Jocko stood in front of his superior officers to explain what went wrong, everyone in that room expected him to point at someone else. The young officer who gave the wrong order, the soldier who panicked and fired. Anyone but him. Jocko stood up and said one sentence that would become the foundation of how he taught leadership for the rest of his life. This is not my SEAL's fault or the Army's fault. It's my fault. I am the commander. I am responsible for everything that happened. Nobody forced him to say that. He said it because he actually believed it. And that one moment became the foundation of a book that has changed how millions of people think about failure in the military, in business, and honestly, in your own life too. Here's the idea that came out of that night, and it's more uncomfortable than almost anything else in self-improvement. Extreme ownership means there is no one to blame, ever. Not your boss, not your parents, not your partner, not the economy, not bad luck. Jocko says something that sounds brutal at first. There are no bad teams, only bad leaders. If your team is failing, it's not because your team is lazy or stupid. It's because you, as the leader of your team, your family, or even just your own life, haven't set them or yourself up to succeed. Think about the last time something went wrong in your life, a business deal that fell apart, a relationship that ended badly, a goal you gave up on. What was the first thing you did? Did you look for what you could have done differently? Or did you quietly build a story about how it wasn't really your fault? Most of us build the story. It feels safer. It protects us. But Jocko says that story is exactly what keeps you stuck. Because if it's never your fault, you never have the power to fix it either. Comment below what's one thing in your life right now that you've been quietly blaming on someone else. After that night in Ramadi, Jocko didn't just apologize and move on. He changed how his entire team operated. He taught something he called decentralized command. Every single person on the team, no matter how junior, had to understand the mission well enough to make the right call on their own without waiting for permission. Because in the chaos of real combat or the chaos of real life, you don't always have time to ask. He also taught his team something simple but powerful. When everything feels overwhelming, prioritize and execute. Don't try to fix 10 problems at once. Pick the single most important one, solve it, then move to the next. That's it. That's the whole method for handling chaos, whether it's a war zone or a stressful week at work. And here's the line from the book that hits the hardest. The leader must own everything in his or her world. There is no one else to blame. Say that about your own life for a second, not your job, not your parents' choices, not what happened to you 5 years ago. Your world, right now. What would change if you actually owned all of it? The truth is, most people spend their whole lives waiting for someone else to fix what's wrong. A better boss, a better partner, a better opportunity. Jocko's entire career and the deaths he carries with him taught him the opposite. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can always control what you do next. That's extreme ownership. Own it. Fix it. Move forward. If this made you think about something you've been avoiding taking ownership of, comment "Own it" below and tell me what it is. Comment "Own it" and tell me one thing you're going to stop blaming on someone else, starting today. If you want more brutally honest breakdowns like this, hit subscribe, no fluff, just what actually